So guys, as some of you might know, by the end of every month, I like to get back to you with my most favorite perfume discovery of the month. So make sure to keep on watching to find out which fragrance out of all I've been testing and smelling during May 2022 impressed me the most. By the way, it has been on my wish list for a long time, but before I tell you more about it, I would like to ask those of you who are here for the first time to subscribe to my channel right now, and please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. And once you're done with that, we can get started. Hello and welcome everyone to this month's favorite fragrance discovery episode, and I gotta be honest with you, this is the fragrance I was impressed with the first time I smelled it, and finally I added to my collection Tobacco Rose by the British indie house Papillon Artisan Perfumes. That comes in a simple bottle like this, but this is actually a really nice solid glass, and I remember I sampled the entire collection a few years ago, and this one stood out to me the most, but the rest of it is great too. And I got this fragrance from Aquacion Natural Web Shop, which is just an amazing place for those who love niche and indie perfumery. So I will leave a link to their official website down below. Make sure to check them out. They also offer samples, so you don't need to blind buy or get full bottles. And I also have a discount for you, so with it you can even save some money. But let's get back to this brand and this fragrance in particular. I actually got it for my Best of Tobacco episode, and in case you missed it and you love tobacco-centered fragrances, you definitely need to check out that top list. But then I realized that although it's called Tobacco Rose, it is definitely about the rose, but not tobacco. So let me spray a bit more, although I'm wearing it right now. And actually we've gone to Benny's football game today, and my mom has been constantly complimenting me on this perfume, and she told me that the rose is very much present, you can identify it in here, but it's a different type of rose fragrance, and I totally agree with that. So right away in the opening, and this is actually my favorite part of this fragrance, I smell so much. So there's definitely the rose part that is very much there. You can smell it, you can tell it's the rose, but there is something else, and there is so much. I mean, like, there is a minty green element, and then there is almost like a metallic touch that is slightly herbal, and also some dirty earthiness is in the background. So I know that there are two different types of roses in here, Bulgarian rose and rose de Mai. So the rose accord is really rich, it is full-bodied. The rose in here is on the dark side, and I guess that's because of the moss. And I have a feeling like it should have been called moss rose and not tobacco rose, but let me know if you're familiar with it and you smell tobacco in there. It's not in the notes breakdown, but the moss is the second most noticeable note in here. And actually, because it is so dominant but not overwhelming, I would say it's almost like in the Chypre style. So it's one of the most mature smelling rose fragrances I've smelled, but I also got feedback just after filming this video that it smells a little bit like Roses Vanilla by Mancera, and that's a very different fragrance from it, but in both of them is some type of sweetness. In Roses Vanilla, it's rather like vanilla, candy, gourmand. In here, the sweetness might actually come from Peru balsam, and it also adds this texture as well as beeswax, which might even provide it with an animalic touch, because I don't smell civet nor, you know, like castoreum, those very powerful animalic materials, but beeswax also has this, you know, like quality of rich, dense, balsamic, sweet, animalic something, and that's exactly what we have in here. Ambergris might be there, you know, like to blend everything together. I don't smell the saltiness in here. For me, it's rather like maybe even a foresty, dirty type of the rose fragrance, because in here you smell the greenery, the woodsiness, you smell the moss, and this full blooming rose that is on the dark side. Okay, this is definitely an atmospheric rose, and I can't help it but get an impression there is some patchouli in there. Maybe that's because of this minty, earthy quality that a lot of patchouli fragrances have, but there is no patchouli in the notes breakdown. However, this is definitely the fragrance that is on the green, and I would say, once again, like earthy, animalic side. So in case you love a great rose fragrance, but you want it to be special, I would definitely recommend you this one. And also it is perfectly unisex. So I know there are men who love roses, but since the majority of rose-centered fragrances are typically very feminine because they're also floral, this one is not like that. So if you're a man who appreciates a great full-bodied rose fragrance, but you would like it to smell unisex, definitely give this one a try because it smells so rich and just polished and very, very mature, not old-fashioned, but like in the Chypre style, not like, you know, mossy fragrances nowadays, also clean. No, this one has like this very positive, dirty, animalic vibe, and also great sillage, because once again, I get compliments wearing it, and you will get noticed with tobacco rose, but in a nice, not offensive way. So although this is not necessarily a very mage fragrance, because I personally love to wear something that would be maybe a more powdery, floral, easy breezy in the springtime, and this fragrance is rather wintry, it's textural, it is warm, there is so much going on, and it just performs so well that I think it would be rather suitable for the time when it's a bit cooler outside. I still enjoyed it during the May, you know, period, and also today it was a little bit rainy, a little bit cool, windy. I was wearing a coat, so this fragrance was just perfect outside. And if you haven't smelled it yet but you like how it sounds, I would definitely recommend you to give it a try because the quality is there and the rest of the collection is beautiful. You can get it from Aquation Natural web shop, and please make sure to use my discount. You can save some money and we both benefit from them. All the helpful information is down below just in case you are familiar with this line. Let me know, what do you think about it? I know that it's pretty popular in Britain, and I know that they have a beautiful powdery, rooty fragrance that I would like to add next to my collection. Just recently I've sampled a whole bunch of new releases that I got from Aquation Natural. There was one of the newest releases from Papillon Artisan Perfumes, and that was the one that didn't work out for me. If you would like to find out why, make sure to check out that video. I will leave a link to it right now on the screen. But I've heard just a few days ago they released a brand new perfume, Spell something, and from the notes, I want to blind buy. So just in case you're already familiar with that, maybe you're from Britain and you're a fan of this brand, please let me know, what do you think about it? And if you enjoyed watching this video and maybe learned something new and interesting from it, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, because that way my videos get out there. And if you would like to support me, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to help me even more, you can actually donate on Buy Me Coffee website. And to stay in touch, you can follow me on my social media. So all the helpful information is going to be down below. If you have any questions left, I'm here to answer them. And of course, I would like to hear what is your most favorite fragrance of the month. Please drop me a comment. Your feedback is highly appreciated. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned and smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.